So with the wildcard, we have seen like how we have given the wildcards characters like a question mark and all that. So now I have selected begins with all the words that begins with yes. So here, so begins with yes, like as I said, I just give a question mark, and which we have already seen one example, and I am giving n. So what happens? N, see, SAN, and third letter is n, and third letter is n. First letter is yes, third letter is n. So the question mark could be any letter, A, I, O, U. It could be any letter. Okay, so that is how we filter with wildcards. And one more example, as I said, we one with the asterisk we saw. Say for example, instead of a question mark, I give an asterisk. Asterisk I give. See, the n could be anywhere. First letter is yes, and second letter could be anything, and n could be anywhere. It is not necessarily should be defined in a third place. It could be anywhere. So that is one command. Another one, instead of between letters, I can give also, for example, say it starts with A, and I give asterisk, and I just give another command like night. So that will give me all movies that starts with A, but somewhere it ends with night or second letter. It could be somewhere in the movie name that will contain night, a word called night. So this is with sorting. So here you're doing sorting with the pivot tables, right? With a pivot table wildcards, right? And next one, what we have is the value filters. So I just give here value filters. Now what happens? Value filters, when I say equals, right? Now I just clear all that. Here it will ask me sum of all the revenues, right? Sum of gross revenues. Remember, it is still in the value filters, and without even clearing the value, I mean label filters, it is still in the label filters, and without clearing any value in the label filters, I'm just going to a value filter. In value filter, see, I can even select an item, whether I want gross revenue or I want a sum of budgets, right? And exactly, I can take again the drop down. I can select whether it is equal to or does not equal to, is greater than or is greater than or equal to, is less than. So these are all the comments, is between or is not between. Say for example, I just want a value filter where all the movies that takes say for example 12 million. I want all the movies which is equal to the gross revenue 12 million. I just give okay, right? What happens? Wait, I'll just give a value filters equal. I'm just taking a gross revenue. I am giving 12 million. Okay. So, okay, gross revenue is not there. We can take budget, maybe the value is not there. Budget, maybe we can take equal to any budget that equal to 12 million. We'll just check, maybe the value was not found. Now I think gross revenue, there are no value equals to 12 million. That is why the box was showing empty. Since we did not see the data and we just given 12 million, probably this is happening. Now in some of budgets, now if you just give any title that has got sum of budgets that equals to 12 million, exactly that selects all the movies that has got 12 million. See, that selects exactly 12 million. So that is one equal to 12 million. Or even you can give a value filter. Say for example, you can even select between, right? So between, I just want some gross revenue that was between some 10 million. 10 million to 100 million I want. I can even select 100 million. So 100, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 100 millions. I just give gross revenue, which is equal to, that is given all the movies the one with the in between 10 million to 100 million, where they have a gross revenue, right? So these are all the movies that have got revenues between 10 million to 10 million to 100 million. But now if you see, earlier we had a label filters, right? So automatically when we selected a label filter, when we selected a value filter, the label filter was ultimately got cleared, right? Say for example, now value filters, I have this. Now I go to label filter, I just say something that begins with all the movies that begins with okay. That gives me all the movies that begins with this one. But ultimately if you see, the value filter got changed. It has automatically got unfiltered. But what we have to do here, when you work, I see, for example, I selected all the movies with the budget of 12 million. Rather, I can also give what are all the movies in the alphabet A. When I want to give a label filter, particularly for the alphabet A movies, A series, which has got 12 million budget. See, that is not possible because you are not enabled a multiple pivot table filter. So what you have to do to remind the label filter checked, despite when you are using the value filter, what you have to do, you have to go to pivot table tools. You have to check analyze. So in analyze, you have an option called you have an option. In that option you have tools and filters, right? In tools and filters, you have to, what you have to give, there is something called allow multiple filters per field, right? That you need to check. So when you check, ultimately you can select here. See, for this I want to see, I have selected value, I have selected a label filter that begins with see, for example, I just I'm just selecting the label filter. Say, for example, all the movies in between A and say, for example, yes. Okay, I have given okay. So it has selected some movies. In that, I want to give a value filter where that value filter exactly equals to a 12 million. Right, I give okay. So in that, so there are no movies in that 12 million budget. So I have to just give a gross revenue. So again, I have to give value filters. But if you see, after I enabled, it is retaining both value and this one. So as I said, I have to go to the budget. Again, I have given wrong. So budget, if you give, see exactly label, it selected all the movies between A and yes. It selected all the movies between A and yes, and exactly the value filter, it has taken 12 million. If you just check here, you have both label filter as well as value filter got checked in. So that option you have to enable. That is called enabling multiple pivot table filters, right? So these are all filters and sortings which I have taught you now. Any doubts as of now with this? Any doubts? Guys?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Then I need to teach you about grouping. Like grouping is very easy. It's a very simple tool, like how we use grouping. Grouping is, say for example, I have movies, right? Okay, I'll clear all this. So clear all that. So we have here. Say for example, I just say I just filter. I want all the movies that starts with yes. Okay, so yes begins with yes, I give. So I have all the movies that begins with yes. If you just go here, okay, see there are two groups you can see. One is you have a Star Trek, right? And if you just see, there is one group of Star Trek, another one you have Star Wars, right? You can group them. Okay, you can group them. Like how we group them, right? Say for example, you can select this. You can select, you have selected, right? You have selected this. Like then you have to select the group. First, whatever group you need to select, you have to select the group. Then you have to just click analyze, and you have a group. Here, this is, you have a group one, and then in that you need to, here it is called group field, no? Wait, 1 second. Why it is showing? Okay, here I just want, okay, grouping, because it is all S. I'll do one thing. Why I have to complicate? I'll just go by filtering itself. Okay, just give label filter. I want begins with yes. Give okay, and here I just want to group. Okay, I just have to select. Either you can go to analyze, and then this group is there, group field is there, group selection. Oh, I can even right click this. So when I right click, it's something called group. You can even this. So if you just come down, you select, see this. Where is star? Here, if you group, you will have something called the title you will get. So this title, you can give Star Wars, right? Star Wars you can give. So that is grouping. So this is one group, you can name them. So suddenly you also have Star Trek, right? You can even give a Star Trek. So here these are all with series. So here you can group Star Trek, all Star Trek you can select, and then you just group them, right? So you just have to do a right click and then just group. Then it will come group 2. In group 2, first group, it comes group 2. Again, you just have to say Star Trek. So this becomes a Star Trek. So now this is how you are grouping. So all the movies, it will come. Now what I do, now I just go back to this one. I just what I do, I just go for see, even now what happened when you are grouping. First one, you had a title, right? Second, you had a title 2. This title 2 also, you can change the name. You can give grouping. Switch on panna. You can even you can even give grouping. So this is the title, original title that you had, and this is the grouping. Now what I do, I just remove the title from here. Okay, I just remove the title, and I have all this. See, again it resumed back. And when you go to when you go to star, You have Star Trek. None of the movies are Star Trek shown here, and none of the movies of Star Wars are shown here. But the total subtotal of the gross revenue and the budgets are given. So, but here when you click here, it will not show any group. Rather, what I do, I just want to do ungroup. I just click here and do ungroup, and all the movies of this will come. Again, similarly, Star Wars, I ungroup, all the movies will come there. Okay, so that is grouping, ungrouping. Okay. So that's clear. Grouping, ungrouping.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you just right click, group it, right click, ungroup it. That's all. And this is about grouping, segmenting, and that is about the group fields, right? Next one, there is something called insert slicer and insert timeline. So what I do, I just want the title one back. So I just give clear the title and all title, all labels. So it is back. Right now, there's something called slicer. Okay, so you must understand what is a slicer. Filtering data with a slicer and timeline. See, slicer will go with any fields, right? So when you talk about the slicer, it is a visual presentation. Slicer and timeline both are we use extensively in the data visualization. These are filter data which are usually done for a visual presentations. So when you talk about the slicer will go for any functions, but timeline, when you discuss about timeline will go only with data, right? Only with dates. That is with the dates. Okay. Now we can we can just look into a slicer. Like you can use a slicer to filter data visually, and those are used very, very good. And timeline, it's very easy when you want to work out with the time period. Okay, so I'll just tell you how we use slicer. See, for this, let me have see here, this one language we have, right? This one also we can do, but other than that, we can use genre also we can use. See, for example, I just want to insert a slicer. I just give insert slicer. Okay. When I give insert slicer, I get this complete, this one complete box, which includes all the slicers, right? So I can click genre, right? So genre, if I click genre, I can insert anything with related to, I can filter based on this genre, right? For example, if you give okay, right? So it will come like this. Okay, very beautifully it will come. And even this one, this is called slicer. With I have alignment, right? I can align what kind of a grip you want. Like you want a grid line, or you want even you want a snap grid. So any details, however you want, you can take it. And this is a multiple, right? You can select multiple. You see action, right? If you want action, that will give all the movies titles with based on actions. Adventures you can select, and animations. As I select the slicer, you can see the movies, or what are all the movies based on the biography, or I want the comedy, right? The comedy with a sum of, but including budgets and gross revenues. I can even select crime and documentary. See, there is one thing, you have detail column. See, this genre, I can even give whether I want to visualize in 2 or 3, like I can visualize here. And alignment, I can even check whether I want snap to grid, or I can even have view grid lines. And that is about this. And genre, the slicer, like you can select the selection pan, you can select, see, you can even select from here. You can show all, or you can hide all that. See, slicer in general, say for example, fantasy. So fantasy, you have only 3 movies, right? So in order to have this very clear, I can just reduce the numbers. So I can just go with a single column. So horror, how many movies, how many titles are there? So horrors, that will give how many titles are available with all that. Okay. So this is about the slicer. So I just clear filter. So this is a slicer setting. So even I can select the slicer based on ascending, descending, or even I can do a custom sliding. So this is about, see this, you can select here whether the slicer caption you want genre, or even you can take say country. You can even type country, because that comes with everything. You give country, that changes even the title. I meant the title. You can the selected one will also change here. So that is, again, you can give here, right? So now we'll go back to pivot. So that is insert slicer. So now we don't want this, we are not doing it. So next one is release date. So now you check release date. Now release date, if I just release date is the one which goes with the insert timeline. Insert timeline, you have only the release date. But Excel, what beautifully happen when you have release date? See, for example, you bring release date here, automatically Excel convert them into years, quarters, months, right? See, years, quarters, that will automatically convert them. You can see them. See, I'll just take the title out. So you can go by year wise, right? You, if you just want to, that will automatically give you even what are all the months wise you can take. So how many this year. So in 20, how many movies, gross revenue, the total budget, what are all the movies, right? So that will come here. Now when, as I said, insert timeline, that happens only with the review dates. You can even check insert timeline. So release date, you can give okay. So that will have all the release dates. So that's what you must understand with slicer and insert timeline, how we can take details with monthly data, yearly data, quarterly data. Like that we can take. For example, in this one, if you select a slicer, you can you can take a timeline, right? Insert timeline. If you use timeline, you can use the periods based on, see here you have a drop down. If you want take on years, you can see this one, you can drag. So you want only for the years of 2009 and 14, or even you can extend to 15. Like that you can extend the years, right? So that is years. Like you get the period, release date period. You can even change the release date period with a selection, or you can go with quarterly, like whether you want 4 quarters, right? Or you can go monthly, right? So you want also for Jan month, for all this you can use it, right? Quarterly also you can use it. So that is about slicer time. So what I do in our Moodle, I will upload the exercises comprising practice sheet of all what has been taught today, right? So I need to